All right, what's up, family? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Live Jazz Experience with DJ Lady Praise and DJ Jazzman coming out of Chestertown, Maryland. Of course, Batman is in a beautiful Charm City, and it is beautiful today. A little bit of humidity, highs within the 90s, but it was gorgeous. I'll take it any day. That's right, morning's been a little in the 60s. We'll take it. We will take it. All right, we hope everybody had an awesome Wednesday. It is Hump Day, which means it is the Live Jazz Experience night right here on Positive Power. WXI Late Night with Joe Rivers live worldwide. And don't forget, coming up at 9:30, you got Late Night with Dr. Trinell coming out of Florida. And I'm sure she got an awesome guest for you, all lined up and ready to go. But tonight, we got Marjanae Parks. I think she's from the West. Coming from the West. We'll check on her. Maybe it's North Carolina. Or maybe it's South Carolina. We'll talk to her, fine lady. So we got Lady Praise is going to talk to her. And then we waiting on, he's here. Jazzman is here. Let's say hi to our cast, our crew, our starting lineup. What's going on, Lady Praise? How you doing?
Hey, Batman, what's up?
All is well. Is your partner in crime on the line? What's going on? You in studio, Jazzman?
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, how you doing, Batman and Lady Praise?
All is well. And we want to thank you so much, Jazzman, for hosting the Maryland Gospel Live Showcase and audition. I thought it went really, really well. Got a chance to look at the footage. Of course, it sounded really good.
Went very well.
Yeah,
Thanks for inviting me to MC.
Yes, sir. You did a great job, and we was talking to our production, well, not production, but the station manager today, and it looks like Maryland Gospel Live is probably gonna be airing on Late Night with Joy Rivers Live, so we get a chance to catch that. I think that show airs on Thursdays night, if I'm not mistaken. I'll let you guys know. It's on Comcast. Of course, you better catch it all on MVTV-21.com. That's right, we're on the internet. And also, you catch it on decab25.com. All right, so you guys got any updates before we bring on Miss Marjanae?
No, not really. It's been going pretty good.
Yes, I have an update.
What's going on? What you got, Jazzman?
In Kent County, I think is a big Aretha Franklin tribute coming October 26th at 7:30.
October 26th, though. Yeah.
Yeah, October 26th.
Yeah.
And that's Sylvia Frazier featuring Vaughn Bratch's project. That's going to be the band.
Yeah. So where's that area at?
So that's going to be something big at the Garfield Theater in Chestertown, Maryland.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, maybe I might have to get down there and check that out, man. See how they do things at the theater. All right.
Yeah, I think you're gonna want to check that out. Yeah. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one to check out.
Yeah, so it's October 26th. Yeah, we got to put that on our calendar. Head on down there.
Yeah, we're also gonna have them on the show this Sunday as well. So I think they're gonna come in and talk about the show, and I think Sylvia's gonna talk more about the 100 Voice Choir and her production company that she's got, and it's going to be pretty good.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
Sunday.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we're going to put that on our list. And also, October 11th, anybody in the Atlanta, Georgia area, I think we still have a few tickets left, but I think we all jammed up in there right now. And that's going to be at the Good Acting Studio, the Black Box Theater in Marietta in Atlanta, Georgia. Batman's going to be there with Paula G, the voice, V Speak Life, Mo the author, and also you better catch Shay Samuels from the Red Room is going to be there, and also Lakeisha Mosley from the Lakeisha Mosley Show. So you get a chance to meet everybody. Our whole crew is going to be there, getting ready to tape My Journey with Paula G. We're going into the actual season 2. So brand new second year. I guess you could say second year, season 2, however television say. But it's exciting. We talked to all the guests today. I think we have like 8 guests lined up. Taping doors open at 6. Taping starts at 7. We're going to go all the way to, I guess, 11, 12 o'clock. So we're excited, man. I think some executives from WATC 57, a lot of people watch that channel, Atlanta Live. That's a real popular gospel station. A lot of African Americans were discovered on that network because you get a chance to perform live. Real nice setup down there. So, and that's, I think it's going on right now. Somebody just tagged me, so maybe somebody must be performing it. I know Paula G actually does the prayer line for them on Atlantic Live, even though she's on their second channel, which is called WATC2, and you catch that at 57.2 on digital all around the Atlanta area. So it's a very popular show. Also, Babby House airs. A lot of people are familiar with Babby in the Maryland area. Babby's been in this area a lot. Her and Shirley Caesar are very popular, and also DJ Haddon in the Winans. They've been the most popular, I say, gospel artists that's been performing in the Baltimore and DC area for many, many years, and so they're familiar faces.
Wow, yeah.
Yep. All right. And I guess that's pretty much it with Batman Guy. But shout out to all the artists that came out. They did a splendid job. I got a chance to, Lakeisha actually had been invited to hang out with Voices of Affirm Odyssey before last year when they celebrated their anniversary. And they have another one coming up this month. I got to check the date with them too, because I think it may be one of those Sundays is coming up in October, maybe November. I'll check. But those guys did a great job.
That's a super group.
Yeah.
That's a super group.
Yeah, they did their thing. Woo. Man. And also Brianna Ray.
No different than the Whispers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did their thing. It was, and we're going to have to hook up with them one day, see if we could just do a showcase with them guys and just invite the beautiful people of Graysonville to come out. Once we get things fully established, management was very impressed with the way everything went. They were very, very impressed the way everything went off. Because we had young people in the house. We had Brianna Ray was there and Rel the Warrior. I was really impressed with those two young people. Now, Brianna, man, their voice is something too. Ooh, man.
I know.
Yeah. And then Ty Bowden.
It was like, oh, golly.
Ty Bowden was in the house doing her thing. I got a chance to listen to Ty Bowden's tape, and it really, really sounded she sounded like the record. So, and also we had a Christian rapper from New Jersey came down with his crew. As Ray called himself, Different Christian hip hopper or gospel rapper.
Oh, I like Different.
Yeah, Different did his thing. I looked at that on tape. It looked really good. He was a big guy too, man. That dude looked like a linebacker. Well, he could play for an NFL team, but he did his thing.
I saw his thing on Facebook. I'm like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's big.
I like Different though.
Yeah, he sound good too.
Really. He's coming strong.
Yeah, he came strong. It sounded really, really good. He's gonna be impressed because he was a little concerned about how he was sounding from where he was. But I said, I guess because rappers so used to, having a crowd and people yelling and how that bass. I said, with this TV, we can't have a lot of bass on TV. Nobody gonna understand nothing. So he understood.
Yeah.
And, he went away happy camper. So like I said, the people of the management of the Graysonville Community Center was really impressed, and they want to work with us again. They want us to actually host the Lakeisha Mosey show. I think we actually talking to Lakeisha about doing a live show in December there with a live studio audience, and so they want to reach out to a lot of the
great.
Yeah, because that's a nice size facility. It was really easy to unload the truck and get everything on stage and get out of there. I mean, it was no back pains or nothing the next day. I love that. Yeah, it was just
they got plenty of space.
Oh yeah, a lot of space, and they can cook
and
too.
They got the kitchen and all that stuff.
Yeah, they can cook.
Yeah, they got.
Yeah, the crab cakes.
How was the crab cakes?
It was awesome. Crab cakes
and
the chicken wings were good. We was eating all the way across the bridge. Yeah, awesome. And also, we're going to be taping the Lakeisha Mosey show here in Owings Mills in the Baltimore area. We're going to probably have a small intimate set here in our Black Box Theater. So you want to make sure you guys put that date down. I think we're looking at later in October to do that. I mean, I'm sorry, maybe I think November. We probably do that show in November. So we've been hooking up with a lot of people in the area because I really like to get Brianna Ray on that show and Rel the Rap. Get some young people in there and also talk to their manager, Terrell. Terrell's a real
I love Brianna Ray. She's very good.
And the manager, their management too. So the people get a chance to know the insides and outs of, the minds of our young people who been embracing gospel music. Because, a lot of time when people embrace gospel music, they had tried other genres before, but something steered them away. And a lot of times we want to know why. What happened? What happened in that journey?
Keep us posted.
Sure will. But we're gonna try to talk to Lakeisha and find out when she want to do that show. So we're gonna look at probably November, hopefully before Thanksgiving. So we give you guys a date and then start setting up stuff for Graysonville. All right. So you guys ready to talk to Miss Marjanae? She's ready to talk to. She has some beautiful music too, and I can't wait to share that with everybody. And she can talk about her journey.
Yes, we're ready. Excited. Miss Marjanae.
Yeah, here she is, Miss Marjanae. Welcome to the Live Jazz Experience.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for having me.
Amen.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. Thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. And I'm not on the West Coast anymore. I live in Atlanta. I've been here for 9 years now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, you got to come out and meet Batman then on October 11th then. You got to come out, even if it's just for a couple minutes. Stop by the theater.
All now, right? Where is this going to be?
It's right in Marietta, Georgia. I don't know why the street escapes me right now. I'll send you the address. I know it's 507 something.
Okay. Okay, yeah, send it to me.
Yeah.
I might be able to get out that way.
Yeah, because we're going to be there until midnight, so you can just come by and say hello and meet some people.
Oh, yeah, and that's a Friday, too. Yeah, that would be good.
Yep, so you got to come by there because they know I know you've been there for 9 years, so you know a lot what's going on around there, but you guys can network with some of the other recording artists and the authors and speak life. She actually hosts an open mic somewhere in Georgia, so she'd be a great person for you to connect. Her and her brother host an open mic.
Very nice.
I think people do spoken word and sing, fun stuff.
Okay.
Get a chance to hang out with them sometime.
Okay.
All right. So you guys ready to do your interview? So Batman's on mute, and thank you everybody for tuning in to Live Jazz Experience.
Absolutely. Hey,
all right.
Today, how are you? This is DJ Lady Praise.
Hi, DJ Lady Praise. Nice to meet you.
Hey, how are you? Hey, look, I
well.
have got to ask you, so please tell the audience a little bit about yourself, because I've been looking at your bio, and you have got quite busy. Woo, quite busy.
Yes, ma'am. Now, let's see. Where can I start? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh, it's right.
Well, I became a recording artist in 2005, actually.
Okay.
At that time is when I rededicated my life back to Christ. Now, although I grew up in church, I was doing R&B. So I was doing a lot of showcasing, doing a lot of things in the R&B realm.
Yes.
And so, of course, God had another call on my life when I rededicated my life back to Christ in 2005. And that's when I started writing my first inspirational and gospel music. And it was coming so fast, like I couldn't even contain it. So I was like, okay, God, well, I know you're not giving me all this music for nothing. So what am I to do with it? So I went ahead and I started JJ Music, and I went ahead and released my first CD, Keys to My Heart, in the year of 2007.
Wow.
And then in 2009, I released a second CD, Won't Let Go. And then I have a third project titled Grateful that I released in 2012. So I have a lot of music that is out there right now. So this new single, I Choose You, that I released this year, oh my gosh, I had just actually made this public on another radio interview that I did last weekend. There was a showcase that was here in Atlanta live. It was actually one of Praise 102.5's radio shows. They did a live showcase at Cynical Coffee House. But after 1 week after I got back from Los Angeles to record my new single, I Choose You, my husband was diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Oh.
So last Monday, he had a huge surgery. So in between all of the live the live feeds on social media and the posting and all that.
Yeah.
I've been also a caretaker here for my husband at home. So, and I thank God that he has given me the strength to balance it all. I think if I did not have God as a foundation, I think I'd probably be pulling my hair out.
Wow.
But
yes.
God is so faithful. And so I'm really just, and so this song is so dear to my heart because it really has a meaning. I had to choose to continue to stand on the foundation of God's word, although I know I'm going through a situation here at my home.
Wow.
Well,
we'll definitely continue to keep you and your husband in prayer. My goodness. And pray for healing.
Yeah, so I've been writing music a very long time. Yeah. I have traveled and visited some different ministries and doing different types of events. I've been doing that for a very long time, and so writing I think is the best thing that an artist can do. I love to write, and so I always thank God for the opportunity when He is speaking to give me songs that can inspire people and encourage people. And it's crazy because there are times I have to listen to my own music to encourage myself at times.
Oh wow! Hey, let me ask you a question. So when you write and when you hear from God, do you go into do you go into a room? Do you go into your war room, as I call it, from War Room? I love that movie. And
it is a great movie.
Wasn't it a great movie? Yeah. And do you go in and you just sit and you just listen and you just let it flow and let God's voice flow and then you just write? And what is the process?
Oh my gosh, I could be anywhere. I could be working. I could be here at home. I could be in my car. I could be in the bathroom. I could be doing anything, and a melody would come to mind. And usually, if I'm continuing to sing that melody just all day and it's just stuck in my spirit all day, then I'm like, okay, Lord, let me go ahead and sit down and get a pencil and paper or get my voice memo on my phone and start to do something with that melody. It's always a melody first, and then the words will come, maybe the next day or something like that. Once I actually just start singing it out and putting the pen to the paper, it really doesn't take me long to write a song at all. God just
really? You're
like that,
talking about maybe sound like me. You're talking about maybe writing a song maybe like a day.
Yeah, I really can. It's so and it's a gift really. And so the three CDs that I mentioned that I have out to date, I wrote every song on every CD. Wow. And I also do, a lot of people don't know this, but I do my own background vocals too, which I absolutely love to do because it's the fun part about building the song and all that. It's just so fun. I love being an artist. That's, so it's great.
So you have producers already set and go. You're like, okay, I got some songs and let's go to the studio. And so who produces your music?
Now, Marvin Page, he lives actually in California, but he's from New Jersey. Marvin Page has been working with me from day one, and we just have this music chemistry that is just phenomenal. So what I'll do is I'll send him my voice memo and say, hey, Marvin, I'm working on a new song. I'm sending you the vocals now. So he'll listen to it a couple of days or so and then send me a track back. Now, if my spirit is not saying yes and amen, then I have to say, all right, let's go back to the drawing table. We got to start over. So he'll go ahead and send me something else, and then if it connects, then I'm like, that's it. That's my favorite word. When I know I have something, that's it. And I get so excited. And then I'll call him and I say, we got it. And so that's exactly what happened. And it happens with all of my songs. And this I Choose You song, oh my gosh, my spirit just leaps for joy because of not only the message in the song, but because of what I know the song means to me. And so it sounds
like it didn't take you that long to write it.
It didn't. It didn't. It did not.
Wow.
And I actually was at work when I got the melody for this particular song. I was at work, and one of the nurses and one of the doctors that I worked for was like, I don't know what song is that, but I like it. But I kept humming it, and I was humming it all day.
Oh,
and then
wow.
the next day I was humming it. I think I went all week, and I was just humming it. I had no words yet. And then finally one of the nurses said, you need to write that. Whatever that is, you need to write it. And I said, oh, yeah, I was going to do that today. And so when I got off work, I came home, got myself situated, and I sat right at my kitchen table, and I just let it come out. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Then I said, Marvin, I got a song for you. I need to come home. So I was all excited, and I flew all the way back to
So you're writing the
California.
words, and then
Yes.
So God is giving you the melody in your head. So you're singing in your head. Then you're writing the words, and you're sending it to your producer and saying, okay, now put this to music.
Yes.
Because you're not really writing the music.
Right. I don't do the musical performance part at all. Now, what I can do, if I hear like certain components and stuff that I may want him to play, I have to hum it because I don't play an instrument. So it's so weird, right? So,
incredible.
So I'll say, well, I want this here, and then I'll just say, well, play this, and then I'll just have to hum it because I don't know how to play a piano. I don't know how to play a keyboard, so I have to hum it to him, and then he'll play it back.
Oh my goodness! So I'm just going to ask you. You don't play any instrument at all?
I don't. But I can hum it for
that
you.
is nothing but God-given talent right there. Please, that is all God. Period. Wow. That is incredible. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow, absolutely. Hey, I was looking at you have won a slew of awards. My goodness.
I have. I've been nominated for, I want to say it's 23 nominations over the course of the years that I've been a recording artist, and I think I've won a total of 5.
I'm looking at them, and I'm like, this is incredible. I have got to ask you, before I give you over to DJ Jazzman, what was it like being the semifinalist in BET Sunday Best?
You know what? I was really excited, and although I did not make the final cut to be on TV, but to be a semifinalist was just, I was like blown away because I actually had a chance to sing. At that time, the judges were Donnie McClurkin and Mary Mary.
So was the first show? Was that the first time taken?
I don't know if that was the first. But I did do BET Sunday's Best again here in Atlanta. I think that was 2-3 years ago because I made it to the semifinal round then and got my gold band. I got my gold band, and I was able to go in the back and Kirk Franklin and all that, and I was able to get pictures with him, and I posted it all on my social media, so that was so fun. But although I did not make the actual TV portion, it was a blessing that I was able to be in the semifinals with a whole lot of great singers. I count that as a blessing because, a lot of people did not make it that far.
No, not at all.
So, it's a blessing to have done that. And I've done it twice. People always ask if I would do like The Voice or something else of that nature. And I'm like, I don't know. I only say that because the long lines and the waiting and
I've heard about that.
It can be tiresome, but when you're hungry for it, you would do it. But I think at this stage of my career, I think I may not need to go that route because God is changing the course of how He wants to set the stage. So until He tells me in my dream or while I'm sleeping that I need to do The Voice, I'm gonna be right here doing the back end stuff.
There you go. All right. Hey, DJ Jazzman, you got questions from Marjanae?
Yes, how you doing, Marjanae? This is DJ Jazzman. I have a few questions.
Hello, how are you?
Doing well.
Good.
My first question would be, okay, now we've heard you mention how you enjoy songwriting and you've written many songs. In fact, almost all your songs.
Yes.
Okay, you are a prolific songwriter. Do you try to sell some of your songs to other artists?
You know what? Someone asked me that before if I wanted to do that, and I have actually thought about doing that.
Wow. Yeah.
When that opportunity presents itself, definitely, of course. I have so much music. I have music that is just in a suitcase right now, in a folder that I haven't even released yet. It's just there because it's.
Oh, okay.
Because I love writing, and so when it comes to like creating albums and stuff like that, sometimes I will retrack and go back in there and, look at lyrics and stuff. And then if that's not working, I'll say, okay, God, well, what we going to do? And then I just let him take the lead. So, but I have thought about that because I said, man, I do write a lot. And it's, even if it's like clean R&B, I have stuff, songs that I'll sing to my husband. I'm like, hey, Faith Evans can sing that.
Hey,
it's just, I mean, I really, I'm serious because I have an arsenal of stuff. It's just, I have to probably look more into that and see how that will work. But yeah, I would love to do that. I would.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
Especially, writing at that fast a pace. That I think you should delve into marketing your own songs.
Yeah.
And keep the ones, especially for you, that you hold dear.
Right.
But,
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
All right. And my next question is, what are the challenges that you face in the music industry by being an independent artist?
Whoa, we probably face a lot because we are independent. So we don't have the backing of, a major record label who have the dollars to get, all the stuff done that you need to get done, like your marketing and your PR and your radio and all the stuff that is behind the scenes under that umbrella for that particular artist. So we have to do everything on our own almost. And so that takes hours upon hours and every single day on the grind because I did it and I did it for years. And this year I had decided that I wasn't going to do it anymore because I wanted to focus on being an artist. So I said, okay, God, now this season of my life, what I need you to do is put some people in place that can be on a team with me that can do the behind the scenes things so that way I can focus on being an artist because it really is time consuming and I can't not do it all by myself anymore because I've been there and I've done it. But I knew this year when the new year hit, I said, Lord, if you're going to give me a song or we going to pump out another CD or whatever was going to happen this year, I'm not going to be doing this on my own again. I have to have help. And
Marjanae, have you started the process of building a team?
I have started the process of building a team. So, and I've been talking to different people and getting to know, different folks and what they do and how they can help with this and that. And so, yeah, it's a process. So everything is coming along. So until we actually finalize this team, I've been kind of dipping and dabbling behind the scenes doing that stuff that I said I didn't want to do anymore, but I have to because the song has gotten so much traction that I cannot stop. I have to keep going, because it's doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, with the challenges you just mentioned, if someone came and offered you a certain record deal, would you take it over being independent? If they gave you an offer you couldn't refuse?
Well, that's funny because I had a meeting with someone who wanted to sign me. They actually created a gospel division so that they could sign me.
Wow.
And so after meeting with them and going over all the logistics and contracts and sending it back home and having it reviewed and all that, we decided not to go that route because, it just wouldn't have been feasible in our favor or for me as an artist. So you have to be, I want to say this to the independent artists because when you have great music and you know that you are an artist that is a good standard, like your major artists out there, you're going to have so many people coming at you with stuff, and you have to use wisdom at who you're going to use, who's going to do this, who's going to do that, and contracts will come. But just because they're coming doesn't mean you have to sign everything. You have to make sure that, you have to make sure that that you get someone who is legally an entertainment attorney that can go through that contract with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that all of what is going on is going to be feasible for you as the artist. Because I would hate to have signed to something, or an independent artist signed to something, but then in the end they're left with nothing. Now you have to go out there and work. And you shouldn't have to work when it's your passion. It should be fun to do, because that's the gift that you've been called to do.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I understand.
you have to be really careful. So I did not go that route. Now, if it had been a contract that was just really in our favor, and I would have been like, okay, we can do this. But I didn't want to take that risk. I said, I'd rather risk being an independent artist on my own, and then just seeing how God is going to work it from there. Because you know, you have to be careful, because not every door is a door. Just because it's open doesn't mean you have to walk through it.
True, absolutely. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
What kind of deal are you would fit more into what you really want in the industry?
What kind of deal?
What was it that turned you off? Yeah, what turned you off to the contract?
I think in that one they wanted like 100% of my publishing, and that's a no. I'm not going to ever turn over my publishing rights to you, and I'm left with nothing. That's like I have an arsenal of music. I'm not doing that.
Well, you
Why
made
would I
the right
do that?
decision.
But again, if I had not been taking these years with learning the business and learning how to do this and doing that, then I would not have known that would not have been good for me. You see what I'm saying? I would have thought, oh, wow, somebody is creating a gospel division for me. This is going to be great. You know, they can do this, they can do that, and this and this and this and this. But no, is it really going to work in your favor as an artist? So you have to use wisdom in that. And I'm glad that because I spent years doing this on my own and learning along the way and meeting people who was giving me little nuggets here and there, I took that and I applied it to what I was doing, because I knew I was doing this by myself. And so, and I really, really applied that to my decision making on how I'm going to do things. And it's important, because you don't want to, a lot of people can say they can do this, they can do that. I can do this. I know this. I'm person. I know this, and this, and this. Lip service never works with me. I have to see your fruit of works.
I don't blame you there.
That's good.
I'm serious.
That's the golden rule.
I mean,
absolutely.
I have to actually see what you have done. You can tell me anything, but lip service has never, ever worked for me, ever.
Now, do you have to own 100% of your publishing rights?
Well, Marvin, because it's just Marvin and I. So we just split everything. We have the writer portion and the publishing portion. It's just us. We don't have any other musicians and producers and stuff on the album. So whenever royalties and stuff are done quarterly, how they do it, it's split between both of us. So because there's no.
Now, if they came to you and said, "Let's make it, we own 30% of your publishing rights," how would that deal sound?
Well, we would probably have to just see, what the whole contract entails, because again, you have to have an entertainment attorney looking through this stuff with a fine-tooth comb to make sure. Yeah, that 30% may sound really, really well, but what else is going on in the rest of this contract? Can't just focus on that. So, again, that's when you have to get your contracts and stuff and get them legally done and reviewed, and then you go from there. So until that happens, you know, Marjane is just this indie artist from South Central California, living in Atlanta.
There you go.
Coming above this radar.
There you go, doing your thing.
On the grind. There you go. She on the grind.
There you go, doing your thing and letting God lead. That's it.
There you go. And it's very
there you
important.
go.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, Lady Praise.
Absolutely. Hey, Marjane, I usually like to ask my fun questions. So, ice cream or cake?
Both.
You know, I was going to ask you about whether it was ice cream pie or cake.
I'll take both of those.
Oh, really? So, hey, if you could perform with any artist, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Ooh, I would if Whitney Houston was alive.
Ooh, girl, now look, okay, you and I are going to be right there.
Yeah,
huge.
Because
man,
I basically, back in the day when I was doing R&B, I did a lot of showcasing, and Whitney Houston songs was all I did.
Yeah.
And then came along Shirley Murdoch at that time. I think Angela Winbush at that time. I'm probably telling my age, but those were
okay.
I love Angela Winbush.
I got you. I'm with you.
Those were
I hear
singers,
you.
yeah. Those were singers, you know, In Vogue, all of them. Those were singers that I grew up listening to. Now, those were singers, okay? So
Yeah,
I used to emulate Whitney, though, and I would always showcase her songs, and I would win all the time, just singing her stuff. And so I was like, my God, I would really love to meet her someday, or maybe somebody can get like an old video of me singing her stuff, and then she could see it or something like that. But man, I would have loved to have shared the stage with her, you know, because I loved her. She, man, just her class, you know, and especially the early Whitney, you know, before all the other stuff came out. But the early Whitney,
the early Whitney was just pure, pure magic. Pure magic.
Before Bobby Brown came along.
Before all that,
exactly.
The early Whitney was it, and I'm telling you, she inspired me so much.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Then those other artists started coming in, you know, in the play, and then, you know, I would sing. I would wake up, I would just walk around the house, walk around the house doing dishes. I'm just singing everybody, In Vogue, Whitney, you name it. I was singing it, and because I love their music.
Whoa. Okay, I got another question. So if you could talk to anybody in the Bible, who would it be?
Other than Jesus?
Yeah.
Who would I talk to?
I mean, because again, if you really think about it, if you go back to the Old Testament and then you go back to the New Testament, a lot of players in the Old Testament, but there's some quite interesting, because again, you know, quite interesting ones in the New Testament as well.
Yeah.
I like that question.
I'm trying to think, would it be Mary? Would it be Ruth? Would it be Esther?
For me, it would be Paul.
Would it be? Oh, I'm thinking the women.
Oh, you're thinking women? Okay, yeah, okay. So women. So what woman?
But I mean, if I had to choose a male, Paul.
Yeah, Paul. For me, Paul. Yeah.
Yes. Peter.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Peter. If I had to choose a male.
Yeah. Now, what woman? Because the women in the Old Testament were just
maybe Ruth.
Point. Huh?
Maybe Ruth.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Ruth.
Yes, Ruth.
I think it would be Ruth.
Yes.
I would say
her
Ruth.
Strength.
Yeah, I would say Ruth, definitely.
Yeah.
I would choose Moses.
You would? That's good though.
Yeah. I mean, he had some stuff that he could say. I mean, it's some stuff I always wondered.
Yeah.
Like the burning bush.
Yeah.
Moses did some stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know.
He did.
Yeah, it seemed like it would be interesting.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
hey, they all hearkened to the voice of the Lord and did what they had to do.
But I would say Jesus first, because I would like to know what happened between 13 and 33.
Yeah, well.
You know, that's a lot. You know, I want to know about his adolescence. You know, his 20. You know, grow as a young man. You know, I want to know that part.
Like, did you? Yeah, like, how many other best friends did you have?
Well,
like, what were you doing at night? You know, when you're a normal teenager.
Right. Did you? I mean, well, back then there were no video games, so were you kicking rocks? I mean, what you do? What did you do? Yeah, I would like to know that question.
Did you kick it with the ladies?
That would only be a man question.
No. I mean,
you know the teenage days. I'm talking about just your biological makeup is all messed up. You know. But go ahead, Lady Praise. Keep going with the question.
Hey, Batman, you got any questions? I'm having a good time here. I could talk all night. Just good conversation.
Cute question. You know what Jesus was doing? Jesus was performing miracles when he was a teenager. That's what he was doing.
He was.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of them.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. And also another good question.
Maybe the question would have been, would he have rather do miracles or rather have a basic life like a basic kid? How would he have? What would have been his decision? If, like, you could ask him that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But then when you think about it again, he'd be going against God's will. He's like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that is true.
That's true.
Yeah.
But isn't that real today with these parents and these children? When the parents ask them to do something, and half of them don't do it.
Yeah,
real life.
Yeah. It's a little bit more than half now.
Mm-hmm. But he was the Son of God. Also, a good person I would like to sit down and talk to would be Mary. What was going through her mind? You know, when God told her she was going to conceive a child without the father. Well, the earthly man. That was a deep one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been a deep conversation. What was going through her mind?
That would have been a deep conversation. Yeah.
Right.
And you know who else? You know who else is very interesting? Noah, because he preached 150 years.
Yeah.
And the people wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
I want to know how you had that endurance, that patience.
Yeah.
Like now.
Long time.
Like being a school teacher now. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of
150 years?
Yeah, a lot of interesting characters. You know, a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of interesting.
And even the ones that were.
Marjane, thank you so much again for.
You're welcome.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful interview.
Wonderful. It's like talking to a friend.
I tell you, right? It's great.
I'm really that home girl. I really am. I try to be.
So where were you born at, Marjane? Where were you born?
I was born in Los Angeles, California, South Central LA, but I usually say Los Angeles because most people are like familiar. Oh yeah, I know Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But we lived all over Southern California. Now, one thing that I don't mention often is that my birth certificate actually says Compton, California. Wow. Now, we're all not back from Compton. Most of the people have this, I don't know, they have this notion that if you're from Compton, you're just all bad, but that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, we know.
You can't really help where you grew up. You know what I mean? That doesn't define who you are in this day where you are now. You know what I mean?
So true.
That's more media driven.
Yeah, it is.
Say it again.
I said that's more media Hollywood driven.
Yeah, yes. But it's funny because people always talk about Hollywood and, oh gosh, I want to go to California so I can go to Hollywood. Well, Hollywood is just a city, and Hollywood does not look like Hollywood like they show you on TV. So
I know, I saw
they're not showing you all of Hollywood where it's homeless on the street and some of the streets look ran down and all that kind of stuff. Now, mind you, you're going to have that in every state that you possibly will visit.
That's right.
But what they portray on TV is not how Hollywood is.
Yeah.
Now, even if it sounds a little crooked in real life.
You would only know that if you were born and raised there and you know about that life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's always about the stars and the glamour, that part of it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
But I got a question for you though. Speaking of Compton though, did you grow up during a period when, it was the West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, when the Bad Boys came out, in the game? Were you around doing it?
Yeah, we went through all that. We went through the Rodney King. I was there with the riots. Yeah, all of that.
Wow.
All of it.
Wow, you experienced the real time.
Yeah.
But you didn't go far, not that far back to Watts though.
All of that.
You didn't you didn't go all the way back to the Watts riots though. You weren't born during that.
Now, I don't think. What year was that actually?
That was the 60s. I think that was the 60s.
Was that in the 80s and 90s?
No, the Watts riot.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that was in the 50s. The Watts riot.
I
thought the Watts riot happened after the King assassination.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. It
I
did.
wasn't here yet, guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't born yet.
That's right. You weren't. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I wasn't born yet. But I did hear of that, but I wasn't born yet though.
Yeah, but you also was after the period when the renaissance of R&B. During that period.
Say it again.
The renaissance of R&B was doing really well in that section of California. That's when black radio was rising. That I think black radio in California and New York was the real radio. That's when R&B took off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The community. That's when we had real communities. But then I think it was the Vietnam era. I think after the Vietnam era is when we started seeing the ghettos, the drug infested communities because of the war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was an interesting period, in black culture.
Wow.
Very interesting. Mm-hmm. All right, man.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I know I haven't had a chance to talk to you about it, Yvette, but when you guys be talking about some of the history of music, have you guys gotten into some of the history, like the Renaissance and during the period in Harlem when music really started, the cotton clubs and all that kind of stuff, when music started crossing over? Have you guys ever gotten to that?
Not really. I mean, when we did, when we did Duke Ellington a couple of weeks ago, when we do our featured artists, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, sometimes that will come up, but we don't really necessarily go deep into the history.
Yeah, you guys got to do that, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, this came out on one of our shows, Marjane. We had Summer here one time, and Summer is a teacher, so she's in the former lawyer, so she's really good about history. And she talked about the Chitlin Circuit. That's connected with Eastern Shore, Baltimore, New York, down to Virginia.
Oh,
yeah, very powerful period in time. So that'd be a great
circuit.
Yep, the Chitlin Circuit.
Well, I don't like chitlins, so but
very interesting historical period in music.
What happened was, it was the venues that the black jazz artists was allowed to play in, and they called it the Chitlin Circuit. It's a new book out.
Yep.
That's talking about the history of the Chitlin Circuit.
Yeah, and it wasn't even just it wasn't the jazz artists. It was all R&B.
All R&B, yeah.
The Charlie Graves is a great example of that here in Chestertown.
Yeah.
A lot of the artists came through. A lot of the artists came through in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, even the 70s. James Brown, all your R&B groups, the Four Tops, the
Whispers,
the OJs. I mean, a lot of those groups, the Supremes. A lot of those
Gladys Knight and the Pips
came through Chestertown because they weren't now allowed to play anything else anywhere else. So they came through Chestertown, and you actually saw them live over in Chestertown.
Yep, they played at the beaches, outside.
Little Chitlin Circuit, little club over there.
Yep. Outdoor events.
Oh, wow.
They did a lot of outdoor events too.
Did you ever see it? Did you ever see it while I was standing up?
Yes, I did. I actually went in there one time. I went in there
okay.
before. That was back in, I guess that may have been back in maybe the 80s when it was still up. And I was like, what is the pool of this place? And I walked in there and I was like, this is it?
Wow.
So,
Where was it? It was that small?
very, very, very small place. Very, very small. Very, very cramped. But people were in there, and, you know, our main guy on our radio show on the Sunny Jazz Experience, DJ Kane, can tell you all about Charlie Graves and the Chitlin Circuit.
Wow.
Yes, he can. He can.
Wow.
He can
Another,
tell you all kinds of stories.
and also Cambridge was a great piece of history with that too. You know,
Yes, it was.
because of the nightclubs, there had more
Yep.
clubs there that were black owned, and they had a
Yep,
lot of those
sure
artists
was.
there, and they did a lot,
Well,
lot of outdoor stuff.
This all probably happened before my time because I have no clue what you all are talking about.
It definitely happened before my time.
Well, it was definitely it was a lot of the music. It was during the era when black music was really flowing. You know, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Up until, like I said, the 70s came, you know, because of, you know, Vietnam, our community started getting destroyed because of introduction of heroin. So we saw a lot of destruction going on.
Okay.
But also that
Well,
book.
I was almost an 80s baby. So
Yeah,
all
okay.
this took place
Okay.
you got to dig
before
into
I got to the world.
You got to dig into your history. But there's another great book out too that's published in the Baltimore Library. It's called Liberty Heights. They talk a lot about the Chitlin Circuit in the area. They call it the Big Y, which was Pennsylvania Avenue, Ricestown, and Liberty Heights connection. They call that the Big Y. Red Fox. A lot of the comedians, the black comedians, used to work that circuit. And a lot of the R&B groups like the Whispers, Temptations, Gladys Knight and the Pips.
We own more then than we do now.
Yep. That was a very important part of history back then. Yep. The Big Y, they call it. Yep, you got to check those books out. They out
Wow.
there. Yep, the Liberty. Yep. And that's when they had their own number games. You know, they used to use the race horses to pick the numbers, you know, number runners. You know, yeah, those guys used, and it was connected. The whole East Coast was connected. You know, New York, I think Connecticut, all the way down through Baltimore, D.C., Virginia, all the way to Florida. And the Carolinas too.
absolutely.
I don't travel. They travel to Carolinas was very important piece because even now the gospel artists travel like that. You know, you get your Shirley Caesars and your Deidre Haddons and them. They travel to D.C., North Carolina, Virginia, down to Atlanta. Now Atlanta is part of all of that. You know, back then, you know, Georgia was very, you know, had a lot of racism going on. So it was a little different than coming up this way. You know, yeah. All right. Well, look, we got to get out of here and make room for late night with Dr. Trinell. So before we go, Marjorie, you have any encouraging words for our audience while you're here?
Well, I just want to thank you guys, thank all of you for allowing me to come on the show tonight, and thank your listeners for listening to the song whenever they're going to be able to hear it again on your station. And definitely spread the word. I have some good stuff coming up. We just edited the video for my single, I Choose You, so that's going to be coming soon. I'm going to do a little video premiere. I'm so excited, guys, about that part.
Yeah.
Right now.
So, but for all of the artists that are listening, whether you're a musician, a writer, a singer, it does not matter. If you know that you have been gifted with something, and, you know, never let your dream lie dormant, because God gives it to you for a purpose. So you have to make sure that your purpose is being fulfilled through that dream, because somebody out there needs what you have.
Amen.
Amen. That's a good one there.
Amen.
And let us know.
I like those inspiring words.
That's right. And please let us know about
And also, Marjorie.
I'm sorry, DJ.
Go ahead, Batman.
No, I was going to say, I just want to let her know. Yeah, please let us know when you release your video, because we can premiere here on our show also. Okay.
I will. Yeah, I will. I'm actually trying to. I have a tentative date for October the 19th, which is just a couple of weeks from now. So we're getting everything in play for that. And I've been doing a lot of live feeds now, because I actually did my first live feed while on the set of the video shoot. And
Awesome.
that was absolutely fun because everybody was tuning in and everybody was excited. I was excited to be talking to y'all online, and it was fun. So now I'm kind of hooked to this live feed stuff, but I told them I will probably do a live feed maybe once a week, maybe on a Wednesday or so, just to kind of give updates and check in and see what everybody's doing, because I do have home life. So I want to make sure that there's a balance with that, and we do it in decency and order. Amen?
Amen.
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 All right.
And also, Margin, I would like to say best wishes to you and your family, especially your husband, in terms of speedy recovery.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah, he's resting right now. Bless his heart. I got him up to bed, so he's resting. I'm actually getting ready to leave the house right now because I have to be at Praise 102.5 radio station in an hour. So I'm getting ready to do that for another interview and then come on home. So, yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Life of an artist.
That's right. You got to keep it moving. Keep it moving. Lady Jazz, Lady Praise, you got final words?
Email me, inbox me the information about that event on the 11th so I can come out and meet some of you all.
Yeah, sure will.
I'm going to try my best to get there, so please send that information to me. Please don't forget.
Right after the show, I'm sending you the Eventbrite link. All right. So, Lady Praise, we got a few more minutes. You got any encouraging words for our audience before we roll out of here?
Hey, just continue to keep God first. Keep it doing your best.
Amen. That's a good one there.
Amen.
All right. All right,
live
everybody.
On purpose.
That's right.
Yep, live on purpose. You got
live on purpose. All right, we appreciate gospel recording artists and performing artists, Marjanae, spending time with us here on the Live Jazz Experience with DJ Jazzman and DJ Lady Praise, and you will hear from her again on some of our other shows. So stay tuned for her. Right. And she's coming out of Atlanta, Georgia.
You guys.
Amen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
And let's end.
Be blessed.
And we're gonna.
You too.
We're in the song on her. We're in the show on her song, and this one is called "I Choose You."
Right.
You're listening to Joe Slide Worldwide Podcast. I choose you.
Can do what he promised for you. Alright. Hold on, keep the faith, he wants the best for you. Don't you know that God has good intent? So I wanna tell the world about it. So be the light of the world. I choose you. Keep the faith, he wants the best for you. Don't you know?